The book has been brewing in me the bulk of my life, actually. It's been like 50 years of coming. And it just blossomed out of me one day, and it was totally inspired. I wrote I Am in less than 2 months.
Wow.
So to put out 330 pages in less than 2 months.
And I was reading something about it that it said it's very inspirational and very uplifting. And that's what we need today. If America ever needed to be inspired and uplifted, today's the day. Today's the day.
It's pretty much my faith walk. I spent the bulk of my life a pretty faithless gal. And I've had some incredible successes and some unbelievable failures at the same time. And it seemed that when I was hooked up with God, I had the successes, coincidentally. And when I was rowing on my own, I had the failures.
And see, we could write a book about that, because we know that when things are right, the devil cannot get between you, and the devil cannot take you down.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But if you don't have that faith, you know, you have nothing to lean on. And I had an incredible self-willpower. So I was, you know, I can and I willing my way, rowing in my boat throughout my life. And buddy, I could row. I'm telling you, Sherry, I was a rower, but I kept rowing in circles, pretty much. And as soon as I hooked up with God, all of a sudden the shore appeared magically. So, I mean, I can't go back to my faithless ways. I've learned an easier way to live life. And my life has been such a culmination of extraordinary events that I was compelled to write it.
Now, what did you do professionally in Chicago?
I was a renovator, and that's why when someone says, what's the book about, it's a book about how to renovate your life.
Wow.
I spent my life renovating houses and found out that it was I that needed to be renovated.
Well, there's a program on television where they take an old rundown house and restore it. Did you do something like that?
Yeah, it was like that, but then it got bigger and bigger. I was doing like $1 million rehabs on big old Victorian mansions and stuff. And
that would be interesting.
It was wonderful. I loved that chapter of my life, but it's so much better now. I love writing, so I'm renovating lives now rather than renovating houses, now that I finally renovated my own life, which it desperately was in need of a rehab, I can tell you.
Okay, when you wrote the book, did you hand it to someone and say, okay, tell me what you think before I even go to a publisher?
No, because it was so inspired, I kind of sign off at the end of the book as 10 fingers for God.